Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's DLloydTV. The Tennessee Titans have decided shockingly to fire Mike Vrabel as head coach, and as a Titan fan, I know quite a few of you are Titans fans as well. I have, my thoughts and opinions of this firing. Now, it's probably not as strong as your typical Tennessee Titans fan. I have a few Titans friends. We've already discussed this a little bit in the group chat, so I know the sentiment is crazy. Now, I'm probably one of the more laid back people, I would say, when it comes to this decision by Amy and the Titans to go ahead and just cut ties with Mike Vrabel. Now, this really wasn't the result I was expecting. I did hear back on Twitter probably a couple days ago saying that the relationship with Mike Vrabel and front office probably wasn't the best. He was kind of upset that Ran Carthon was hired as general manager and not one of his guys. But I still thought they would, meet and pretty much come to a resolution. And I guess they did. The resolution was to part ways. There was even rumors saying that the Titans could trade Mike Vrabel, but I do think that respect is there towards Mike Vrabel, that in his best interest, why not just cut him, allow him to sign with any team? Because he is going to be one of the hottest commodities when it comes to available coaches, and he should. What he did for the Titans was really, really great. Really great. Took us to the playoffs, took us to an AFC championship game. We were winning against the Kansas City Chiefs by 3 scores. Then Kansas City went on that incredible run, and he did it all with Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. It wasn't, a great juggernaut guy. I think he got the most out of Ryan Tannehill. Of course, he had Derrick Henry over the last few seasons. Things have kind of went south, but in the same time, Ryan Tannehill, his play did decline. Our offensive line has probably been the worst, if not top 3 worst offensive lines over the last 2 seasons. That does not help at all. Derrick Henry still, I believe he finished second in the NFL in rushing, behind probably the worst offensive line in football. Our offense in general has really been stagnant. And we made a change with a new coordinator. It really did not improve too much, and that makes me wonder what is the next direction for Tennessee, because clearly Amy decided to stick with Ran Carthon over Mike Vrabel. He's obviously came over from San Francisco. I do think the Titans should look for an offensive coach, and that could be a crazy statement, because when you look at the history of the Titans being in Tennessee, not back in Houston, of course, back in the day in Houston when they were the Oilers, they ran the run and shoot, all that good stuff. But ever since they really got to Tennessee, their identity has been strong defense and a strong running game, and really expand from there. And you look at all the running backs that we had some big guys, right? From Eddie George to Chris Brown was there for a year, but he looked okay. Lendell White, Chris Johnson, DeMarco Murray, and then we had, of course, Derrick Henry. So we had a strong lineage of running backs come through our organization over the last 20 plus years. So it kind of makes sense, but it was stagnant, and it really did not really produce, especially when our quarterback gave you below average play. So I do expect that the Titans may look at the offensive side. You have your quarterback finally in Will Levis. I don't think there should be a question. I think that should be the quarterback moving forward. And when you look at his time in Kentucky, his best season was his junior year. What type of offense did they run? They ran a West Coast, or a Y zone West Coast type offense. And I feel like for Tennessee, you have the personnel for that. Even if you want to go a little bit more vertical and showcase that arm strength from Will Levis, I think that Y zone, run off the play action, especially with Tyjae Spears, I think he is an incredible talent as well. I think that is what the Titans should look for, and there are a few coaches out there that could provide that. Of course, everybody loves the Shanahan tree in general at this moment, but I do think it's an effective way to play football, and a lot of the athletes that come into the NFL now, their talents really just blend in to that. So I hope the Titans go in that direction. We will see ultimately what ends up happening. I still love and respect Mike Vrabel. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NFL. I do think some of his decision making during games could be questionable at times, but his rapport with players, the players love playing for him. I think he just gives the confidence to the fan base, to the city, that we will compete and we will show up every single week. You never really have to worry about players, going rogue and not respecting Mike Vrabel. I think he has the respect of just about every player that steps into that building. We are going to miss that. I don't think we get that necessarily with just any coach, right? So that is going to be missed. What he did on the defensive side, very good as well. Offensively, we struggled, and I want to just see what could happen if we flip that. And maybe this is just me getting too comfortable and not appreciating the defensive side as much, because we have been fairly decent on that side. But I would love to see it, especially with Will Levis at the helm. Let him, get really involved and figure out how to be successful and put him in positions. We'll see what happens with D-Hop. I'm not sure if he comes back, because you would have to assume this will be somewhat of a rebuild that the Titans are doing, which we assumed when they traded away Kevin Byard. We thought maybe they would trade away Derrick Henry. I don't expect none of them coming back, but Tannehill played his final game. Derrick Henry probably played his final game in Tennessee, and now Mike Vrabel coached his final game in Tennessee. Changing of the guard. Somewhat shocked about it, but I'm not upset about it. I think Rand Carthon deserves to bring in his guy as a coach. If you're going to go that direction and hire him, now you can't mess this up, because then he's going to be gone. So now pressure goes to Carthon. Can he hire the right guy? If he's going to be the guy to lead this organization, he needs to pick the right guy right here. And we'll see. We will see. There's not a shortage of coaches out there, though, so he needs to get the right one. But we'll see. And I'm going to trust in him that he can get the job done. I've liked what he's done as GM so far. We will see what happens moving forward. So those are my quick thoughts. Like I said, I'm not as angry as a lot of people are. I am disappointed. I would have preferred to keep Mike Vrabel, but I understand at the end of the day, I don't think Carthon and him really meshed perfectly. So I understand it. You decided to go with the general manager, and now this is his time to put together the right organization when it comes to head coach and put everybody else in place to be successful. But we'll see what happens. But you guys let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Do you hate this? I see a lot of I can't root for this team anymore. I see a lot of that, man. Let me know where you stand. That's understandable. I'm not even mad at you if that's your thought, man. But let me know where you stand about this decision in the comment section below. As usual, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor and go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.